If you've been hearing about VibeCode and wondering how to actually start using Claude to code with it, this is the ultimate hands-on tutorial. We're not talking theory. We're coding together, step by step, using Claude. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to use this tool on your own, and maybe even start using it in your career or to make money. This is practical, real-world stuff. So stay till the end. You do not want to miss what's coming. Welcome to today's video on Claude CLI. In this video, we're exploring one of the most exciting tools in Anthropic's developer ecosystem. As we scroll through the official documentation, you'll see it covers everything from getting started with the Anthropic API and console to working with Claude Code. But our focus today is right here, which is Claude Code, also known as Claude CLI. Claude CLI is a command line tool that lets you build, test, and modify code using just natural language. Once it's set up, you can write and refactor code inside your existing code base without switching tools. It provides real-time feedback so you can iterate quickly, and it works across your entire project, not just isolated files. In this video, we're going to put all of that to the test by building a full-stack AI-powered app. To get started with Claude CLI, all you really need is a terminal. Any terminal will work. In this video, I'll be using the integrated terminal inside Visual Studio Code, but feel free to use whatever you're most comfortable with. Before we dive in, make sure Node.js version 18 or newer is installed on your system. You'll also need an Anthropic account along with some usage credits to access the tool. Once you've got those pieces in place, you're all set to launch Claude right from your terminal and start building. To install Claude in your terminal, we'll use the npm install command from the Quick Start guide. Just head to the Claude Code Quick Start, and you'll see the install command right at the top. Copy it, open your terminal, and paste it in. After pasting the command, just hit enter, and Claude will be installed in a few seconds. Once it's done, you should see a confirmation message, something like added 2 packages as seen here. Next, let me open the folder I've already created for this project. It's currently empty, and I've named it recipe_gen, since we'll be building a full stack AI powered recipe generator app using Claude CLI. Now that we're inside our working folder, let's launch Claude. I'll open the terminal, type Claude, and hit enter. This will start the Claude CLI right in this directory. Next, you'll be greeted with a welcome screen from Claude Code. The first thing it asks is to choose a text style that works best with your terminal. I'm going with the default dark mode here, but you can pick whichever style suits you. Next, you'll see a prompt to choose your login method, either with a Claude subscription or using your Anthropic console account for API billing. I'll choose option 2 and continue with my console account. After that, a browser window should open automatically for authorization. If it doesn't, you can simply copy the URL shown in the terminal and paste it into your browser to continue the login process. As you can see in the browser window, it's asking for authorization. Just hit authorize to continue. Then copy the authentication code. After that, we'll go back to our terminal window, paste the authentication code, and hit enter. You should see a message that says login successful. Press enter to continue. Once we hit enter, Claude shows a quick security notice. Basically, it reminds us that Claude can make mistakes, so always review the code before running it. And because of potential prompt injection risks, only use Claude inside projects you trust. Then press Enter again to continue. Next, I'll select one for the recommended terminal settings, and then one again to confirm I trust the files in this folder. Then we'll see the Claude's interactive prompt window, where we can start typing natural language commands. If you're getting value from this tutorial, let me ask you for just one quick favor. Hit the subscribe button. It's wild how many people watch these videos, learn a ton, and still aren't subscribed. Subscribing costs you nothing, but it helps this mission big time, making tools like Claude and skills like vibe coding accessible to everyone. So if you're learning something here, go ahead, tap that button. Let's grow together. Now let's ask Claude to build our full stack app. I'll type out the request in plain English, describing what we want. A full stack AI-powered recipe generator app. I'm specifying the front end should be built with React and TypeScript. The back end should use Supabase to handle user requests and authentication. And we'll use the GPT 4.1 mini model from OpenAI for generating the recipes. Then we'll hit Enter and wait for Claude to process the request. Now we can see that Claude has already processed the request and started working. It's even created a to-do list for itself to complete the app step by step. Let's wait and see what happens next. Okay, we can see that it wants to create the app and is asking for my permission. Let me go ahead and choose option 2 so it remembers this choice and doesn't prompt again in this folder. This may take a while since there's a full checklist, from setting up the project to handling authentication, database, and styling. Looks like it ran into an issue and is now switching to a different approach. Let me choose option 1 for yes this time. We'll wait while it handles the installation. Now it's prompting to install dependencies. I'll go ahead and choose option 2 so it doesn't ask again next time. The entire setup took around 10 minutes. And as you can see, it has completed everything on its to-do list. Now that it's done, Claude is giving us the next steps to follow, like setting up the Supabase project, getting the API key, configuring environment variables, and starting the development server. Let me enter the required keys in the env file. Since we're running this locally, it's safe. If we were deploying this to production, we could ask Claude to handle these secrets more securely. We can see that the local server is running. However, we haven't updated the database in Supabase yet. We'll copy this SQL code and go to the Supabase dashboard, where I've already created a project. Within the Supabase project, let me create a new SQL snippet, paste the SQL script generated by Claude, and run it. Now, let me load the local host. Fantastic, I see the login screen. Let me click sign up and enter my credentials. Okay, looks like something went wrong. We can see an error message that says failed to create account. Let's ask Claude to fix it. Let me say, when I try to sign up, I get an error, failed to create account, and hit enter. All right, it looks like the error has been handled. I've now received an updated SQL schema. Let me copy it over and run it in the Supabase SQL editor. Once I run the updated SQL script, I get an error saying that the profiles table already exists. I am unable to delete the table manually either. Let me ask Claude again. I'll mention that I'm unable to run the simple schema and that I'm getting an error. Let's wait for it to respond. Okay, now I see a new SQL script named reset schema has been created. Let's try running that in Supabase. Okay, more errors. And this one's on me. Earlier, I was able to manually delete one table, but not all of them. Now I'm getting an error saying relation favorites does not exist. I'll let Claude know that I manually deleted one table and that I'm now seeing this error. Let's hope it can sort things out from here. Fantastic. Looks like it was able to fix it. I see a new SQL schema with a safe reset option. Let's go ahead and run this in Supabase. Great. I was able to run the SQL query successfully. Now let's go ahead and test the app. I am still unable to log in, so I'll ask Claude to check again. It added an environmental variable and Supabase diagnostics to the browser. I ran the test, but Supabase connection fails. I'll skip showing the test results since my API keys are visible in the browser as part of this test. I'll inform Claude that the environment variable check works, but the Supabase connection test is failing. During this process, Claude made the necessary updates and added one more test, bringing the total to 3. I ran all of them, and they all passed successfully. I'll let Claude know that all 3 tests have passed successfully. Claude is now asking me to sign up again and check if everything works properly. Let's give it a try. Let me try signing up with my email ID and password, then click on Sign Up to continue. Okay, the account was created successfully. Now let me try signing in. Now that I'm logged in, let me test a few things. I can enter ingredients and get a recipe, which is great. However, I noticed 2 issues. The sign out button isn't visible and the recipes aren't being saved. Let's ask Claude to fix that. We'll say that the app is working, however, the sign out button isn't visible and the recipes are not saved. Okay, Claude is making the necessary changes. Let's give it a moment to finish. Okay, looks like the necessary changes have been made. It says the recipes should be saved now. Let's give it a try. I've reloaded the page and signed back in. Just like Claude said, I can now see my recipes tab. When I click on it, all the recipes I added during testing are right there. That wraps it up. We just built a full stack AI-powered recipe app using Claude CLI, all through natural language prompts. Now you've seen what it's like to actually vibe code with Claude. And if you followed along, you've built something real. You're not just learning, you're building a skill you can actually use in your career, maybe even monetize. If that's exciting to you and you want to go deeper, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.